The Northern Christian Forum for Tinubu are of the view that democracy must be defended at every instance, not just when we are in the private, but also in the public. We have prayed, just as I've said, to ensure that Nigeria become a country where fairness and justice shall reign. We have defended and we will continue to defend the sovereignty of our dear nation without fear or favor. Of course, we have interacted with stakeholders, with youth, with students, party men and women across the length and breadth of Nigeria, and we have made to understand that one of the fundamental factors that always complicates the murky political water of Nigeria is the lack of a focused, firm, and viral leader that would take a decisive decision, irrespective of threat or irrespective of the voices that do not believe in that policy or decision, but it's a policy that must move Nigeria to a greater height. We have understood that Nigeria for long has lacked leadership with fairness and justice, with strength, both inner strength and outer strength. As a result, the corporate existence of Nigeria was injured. As a result of lack of leadership, Nigerian sovereignty was threatened. Our economy crumbled. Our social, political philosophy was tempered. Our identity as the giant of Africa was lost. We have lost our place even within the Committee of Nations. Nigeria, the giant of Africa that used to be a big brother to all the African countries, has suddenly lost ground, nowhere to be found, even before the international community. So when the opportunity presented itself for leadership to be elected in the just concluded general election of 2023, of course, you are aware that a lot of options were presented. But we, the Northern Christian Forum, have decided for once to do something different. We have decided that our choice of who will become the president of Nigeria must be devoid of religion or ethnicity. We were threatened. We were intimidated. Our lives were in danger because there are people who know nothing about principle of democracy, but we want to do everything possible to remain politically relevant. And they have approached us, and they have told us that we must elect a man or a woman of the same faith. But we believe that there is no market for Christians where Christians went to shop. There is no market where Muslims went to shop. The security challenges that was facing Nigeria then has nothing to do with the life of a Christian or a Muslim, but a life of a Nigerian. So we have decided then, we say no. We are going only to campaign, we are only going to endorse a man whose vast leadership and political experience has been tested even as a former governor. We have decided to go on unbiased social research on who is the most qualitative Democrat among the presidential aspirant and candidate. And we are made to understand that His Excellency Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a man that do not just have the credential or the capacity to lead the affairs of Nigeria, but is someone that when leadership is being given to him, he will understand no issue of religion or ethnicity. You and I, we went out, we have campaigned for him, we have campaigned with him, we have gone all the news and crannies of Nigeria. We have sold our candidate, and glory to God, he was democratically elected as the president. Ever since His Excellency President Tinubu was elected, we want to make a very bold statement that we are not disappointed. What we sold to Nigeria, the product that we sold to Nigeria, the claims that we made, that this is a man that will restore the dignity of Nigeria. This is the man that will restore the lost glory of Nigeria. This is the man that, though the economy has been bastardized, but he has the technical, the democratic, the leadership know-how to reshape Nigeria back to normalcy. But when we are making that promises, or when we are making that campaign, we didn't promise Nigeria that magic will be done. We didn't promise Nigeria that miracle will be done. Of course, it is very, very easy when you have built a structure to destroy it. But erecting a structure will take time. And we know that Tinubu will not perform magic, but he will lay a solid foundation that every one of us will be proud of. And he has made that foundation. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, for instance, we in the North, for the first time in many years, we have celebrated Christmas and New Year without bomb blast. For the first time in many years, we have celebrated Christmas and New Year without the presence of queue at the filling station. All you need to do is to drive to any filling station and refuel your car and go to church, refuel your car, and go to your leisure place where you choose to go. Not only that, queue were disappeared at our filling station, even the prices of petroleum has come down. You will agree with me that His Excellency will be remembered and history will be fair to him that our dear brothers and sisters from Maiduguri, from Sokoto, from Yola, from Taraba, they have traveled home for this festive period, and we have received call that there is no harassment of any kind, there is no intimidation of any kind while they are there. No worshipper within the Christmas period was harassed, was intimidated, was kidnapped. Even the press will bear us witness. Yeah. The appointment also into key positions. We must be conscious of the fact that Mr. President alone cannot, in his capacity as one man, take care of the needs of every Nigerian. And that is why we have government appointees that are closer to the people, that will take the yearning, the aspiration of the people to the government and now return back to the people. Mr. President did not only appoint men and women from the North, but he has appointed men and women that their personal aggrandizement does not have any legal or political authority over that of the people. They are people that they are always with the masses, they are always at the grassroots. For instance, some of our sons and daughters in the North that were appointed by Mr. President, the likes of His Excellency Mohammed Badaru, the Minister of Defense, he is someone that immediately his appointment, he swung into action. Modern military equipment were secured, were procured, were purchased, were delivered, and today Boko Haram and every other banditry issue is an issue of the past in the North. His Excellency George Akume, the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, he is someone that did not only raise men and women to the leadership, to mount a position of authority, but he has empowered a lot of youth across the length and breadth of Nigeria. The National Security Advisor to the President, Ribadu, he is not, that position is one position that no matter how vast you are intellectually, no matter how vast you are security-wise, is a position that you must be trusted. And Mr. President did not see anybody in the entire 36 states of the Federation to be given or to be appointed as a national security advisor, but from the north and our own brother. I think Mr. President has done us well in the north. Not just that, just recently, Mr. President has approved the establishment of Federal University and Federal Medical Center to be sited at Southern Kaduna. If the North is complaining of being backwardness as a result of lack of education, today we have a federal university that will be sited in Southern Kaduna. Today, the issue of insecurity, just as I've said, in the North has become issue of the past. The revitalization of our oil sector. Now, when it comes to the issue of oil in Nigeria, it is one sector that not all presidents has the capacity, the courage, and the guts to come into it. You and I will have campaigned for other presidents that have made promises that within 1 or 2 years in office, they will revitalize the oil sector by fixing our dilapidated refineries. But what happened? They couldn't do that. It's a no-go area. Here, Mr. President did not only take steps, but he has ensured that adequate resources be channeled to our dilapidated refineries. And today, some are not just working, some are producing. As of today, Nigeria, we are among the nations that we are producing and refining our own oil. The Port Harcourt and Warri refinery is a panacea towards the economic stability of Nigeria. The recent roll-out CNG by the federal government will not only erase hardship and from the faces of the people, but will create job opportunities for the 10 million Nigerian youth. It will present the Nigerian youth with every possibility for economic prosperity. We have observed with keen interest since Mr. President assumed office in May 29, 2003, his unwavering dedication the president is doing, we would not have been where we are. For instance, you agree with me that there is no foreign medical trip or tour for any government appointee again under Mr. President. The same hospital that a no man or a nobody will be attended to is the same hospital that the Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Finance will be attended to. Mr. President has also taken steps to cut short to reduce the cost of governance. Today, Mr. President, even as a president, does not have the capacity to travel outside Nigeria with more than 20 delegates. The vice president do not have capacity to travel out of Nigeria with more than 15 delegates, and so on and so forth. All are steps to ensure that the cost of governance be cut short. It is in the light of the above, and so many that we may not have time to say, but Nigerians are saying. I want to assure everybody that in the year 2025, Mr. President will shock every Nigerian. We know that there are policies that they are very harsh, but they are necessary for the restoration of Nigerian glory. Therefore, the Northern Christian Forum for Tinubu are passing a vote of confidence on His Excellency, Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are saying that, Mr. President, you have performed wonderfully well. But it is not only in the responsibility of Mr. President, just as I have said, Mr. President is not a medical doctor. He has appointed a medical doctor as a Minister of Health. Mr. President is not an architect. He has appointed people into various offices with their qualification to assist him. But so far, so good. Mr. President has gone even beyond his responsibility as a president. He has done so many things personally to ensure that Nigeria be returned to normalcy. Lastly, we wish to commend and appreciate our grand patron, a man of humility, a man whom we address as GSM. He has been a governor, he has been a senator, he has been a minister, and today secretary to the government of the Federation. A man that has seen it all. I do not think that there is a better man to be appointed as the secretary of the government of the Federation, the engine room of governors, than His Excellency George Akume. He has ensured the stability of governance. He has ensured the survival and the sustenance of Nigeria's nascent democracy. We are also passing a vote of confidence on him for his unadulterated loyalty to the Nigerian nation, all adulterated support to the Nigerian youth, and all adulterated loyalty to His Excellency, Mr. President. We urge Mr. President, the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, to remain firm and focused on this distracted, and we want to pray, or will continue to pray, that Nigeria will not only return back to where it used to be, but because of the agenda that Mr. President is rolling out, Nigeria will become not the giant of Africa, but the giant of the world. Thank you. And God bless.
As the president, I am sure he is creating a future that will stand the test of time and that will remain a legacy to be remembered years after, generation after generation. Lastly, may I salute the courage of the president to have appointed one of our own, a political leader, a bulldozer, as the SGF of Nigeria, that is secretary to the government of the Federation, who are doing us proud out there. We have reposed our confidence on them, and we believe that the good works they are doing will lead Nigeria forward. Thank you.